Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is this is Hairymuppet. Welcome back to some more Factorio Space Age. So, what are we doing today? Well, we've got another science finished off. It is yellow science, and it is beautiful, and it is glorious, and it is over here. So, purple science was this big. Yellow science is about the same size, but yellow science is a lot more complicated. I'd say there's a lot more finicky little builds, and I actually speed built this. I built this in like 2 hours, I think, just over 2 hours, and yeah, as a result, it's a little bit messy. Some of it, you can see the belts are not very clean, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm not worried about it too much. It's kind of like well, it's done now, so I'm just going to go forget it. But we're going to go over and have a look at it in just a second, actually. If I look at the 10 minutes... oh. Is that backed up? It is backed up. Okay. It's fully backed up. I guess the thing is... and I didn't do it quite yet. I'm doing it now. I had a whole bunch of this yellow science stored in this buffer system. And now I'm destroying this buffer system. And I have set this to prefer to use the stuff in the requester chest. So it is backed up. But if we do have a look, you can see that it was sitting at 5k pretty consistently for a period of about 7 minutes. And then it fell off a cliff because we didn't need it anymore. So anyway, I'm going to go through the yellow base in detail. We're going to talk a little bit about some other things first. So first of all, let's go to the DSM-1, which is sitting above my planet. And as you can see, it is stuck on biter eggs. So yes. And for some reason it's sending prod 3 modules down to the surface. Don't ask. Just don't ask. Now... what we have right now is... what I actually need is a power pole over here that I can pull the red signal off so I can look over it. I can see, alright, we've got 697 promethium left in there. So, yeah. We've got enough quantum processors. We just need the biter eggs to be sent off. So far this ship is doing pretty well. I did make some adjustments to it, so I'll go through the schedule again. Basically, I'm reading the damage taken, and yeah, basically, when it goes out to the shattered planet, it'll go until 120 seconds have passed, or 10 damage is taken. And as soon as some damage is taken, it'll turn around and it'll go back home. Which is, yeah, fair enough. And then when it's at the edge of the solar system, it'll wait for A to be 2 and damage taken to be 0. So, not exactly 100% entirely sure how this works, but yeah. The A is related to the ammo. So basically I've got a reader here, and this says if it's equal to 8, then we output A equals 1, does it for both sides. That gives us A equals 2. So when it returns, it waits for this, because otherwise after multiple trips over and over and over again, the ammo just slowly gets drained. So every time, it'll wait for the ammo to fully back up. I also improved the smelting, well, the crushing setup. So because this one, the prod bonus is so extreme, it produces so much. So what I did was each side puts both sides of the belt, and we use these splitters over here to pop off the extra asteroids. And then this one basically outputs 2 full belts, and then it pops off and puts the copper into a full belt. Because before, if you look at the ratio, it's 10:4. So we were not getting anywhere near a full copper belt because we're only putting out 1 belt here. So now we're getting... still not a full copper belt, but we're getting about 0.8 of a full copper belt at peak. And yeah, because we were running out of copper ore when we were making copper plates for the ammo, when things were getting very heavy. So that's pretty much it. And we've got this. So this iron goes in to the normal line. And this iron, which is an overload from this splitter, just goes straight out and gets chucked out. And again, legendary splitters over here to make sure that it gets chucked out nice and fast. So that improves that a bit. I didn't really run out of any other resources. It was just the copper that was getting a bit thin. Now, one other thing that we have to talk about here. And I did not realize this, but I've come back a couple of times now and I've seen this turret being destroyed and this railgun being at low health. And at first I thought some asteroid is getting through. Some asteroid is getting through and doing something dodgy and is not good. That's what I thought. I no longer think that. What I think is actually happening is that somehow this railgun is shooting this railgun. It turns all the way to the left and it pings this railgun. I think, I'm not 100% sure, I think that's what's happening, and I think this turret gets destroyed by this railgun. I don't know though. I've never seen it happen, and to be honest, I don't really want to replace these and move these. I could move these around easily. I just got to move this belt one layer over, get rid of this turret, move this guy one space to the right, move this guy one space to the right, do the same thing over here so we lose a turret, but then these guys get beautifully spaced out. I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm gonna see what happens. Okay, so it looks like we had some more biter eggs sent up and the Promethium got kicked out, which is great. I'm currently researching the science. As you can see, we're doing 35,000 science per minute. We used to be doing 14k, now we're doing 35k, which is incredible. So I've been hitting this productivity quite a bit. We are currently at productivity plus 250,000. We will rapidly hit the 300,000 potential limit. I've heard somebody say that it's a limit. I want to see for myself. But yes, once we hit that limit, we may just put speed modules on everything, and then we can probably reduce the size of this build by a fair amount, although then these inserters will not be good enough, so we'll probably have to replace them with legendaries or something like that, which is easy, which is very doable. Yeah. So, yeah, right now, I was researching the research productivity. Actually, maybe, I think I've got all the sciences I need to do that, so maybe let's jump back on. It hasn't been going up very quickly, but it's still been going up a decent amount, and, yeah. So obviously this science, the Promethium science, is a pain in the ass. But it's also the agricultural science, which is a massive pain in the ass. Because we're only producing it at 250 per minute over on Gleba. And so much of it probably gets lost to spoilage, so yeah. Oh, by the way, I just set up these alerts. So basically, the alerts just pop off whenever it reads that there's a bunch of Promethium on the belt. And this one pops off whenever it reads that there's a bunch of agricultural on the belt. So if both of these start popping off at the same time, I'm like, okay, I need to go and do some productivity research. Because I realized I was spending a lot of time just going back and, well, not a lot of time, but a bit of time going back to the sides and checking, do I have agricultural science there or not? Can I do some agricultural research? Can I do some Promethium research? So checking the map and seeing, where is my Gleba science ship? Oh, it's at Navis. What is it doing? It's waiting for its bloody fuel. This actually takes quite a while for the fuel to pull back up. Having said that, I'm not too worried because Gleba currently only has, how much science? 1.3k. So even if I got the ship to move over there faster, it would make a difference because there's not enough science for there to fill up. Now, the biter eggs are definitely an issue. So I think currently, they're slowing down the Prometheum science. Having said that, the Promethean science is faster. I'm not sure if it's actually faster than the Gleber science. I have a feeling it is. Where is our Prometheum science here? Okay, we're producing 1.2k, 120 per minute, which is not a huge amount. That's a substation. Where's my Prometheum science? I know there's a search function. I should just be maybe I haven't actually made any in the last 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure I have. Science. No. Last. Oh, yeah, no. Global statistics. Thank you very much. Okay, so over the last hour, I've made an average of about 248 per minute. Now, that is with the biter eggs being very low. How much I've actually got stored of the Prometheum science? So it is getting used up, and what did we say? Global statistics. Yeah. So an average of about 228 per minute, which is just lower than Gleber. So we're still producing enough Gleber science to get this going. Having said that, we should be producing... I think we're producing enough biter eggs to match supply, but the problem is the biter eggs, so many of them. Like, we're creating 5 times as many biter eggs as we need. Oh, we got some of that stuff. But the problem is they're just all spoiling inside this chest. And somebody did say that these guys do not spoil when they're inside the spawner. And they... Okay, so they stack to 100, and their rocket capacity is 500. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start making a few of these captive biter spawners. I'm going to put them around I'm going to put 5 of them around a rocket. And I'm going to do some sort of fancy logic to say only insert into the rocket when you are needed, so we don't waste any bioflux. And yeah, we'll I'm not sure exactly how that logic will work, but we'll see. We will see. And then we'll just expand that by the spawners around the rocket logic for as long as we need it, basically. So that'll be how we do the 5k Prometheum science, and yeah, it's all good. So if we have a look down here, we've run out of the agricultural. Have we got enough to send this guy through to the end? It's still ticking over. I'm not sure where it's still ticking over, but some of it's still ticking over. Okay, that's dropping like crazy. Alright, let's put that one over there, and we can finish that one off after we do the next ammo. So, yeah. So, if you remember correctly, we are trying to get to 440, so we can 2-shot medium asteroids. That's our goal. We're already up to 16 million, but... and I think we have to go a few stages beyond 16 million. So that'll take a while, but... I mean, we are doing... what, 35,000 or something like that. So it's in the realm. Anyway, enough delaying. Let's look at the yellow science base. So, I believe I've still got my calculations over here in Factorio lab. Yes, we do. And let's talk about it. So we got 3 belts of coal, 5 belts of iron ore, 1 belt of calcite, and 12, read that, 12 belts of copper. And 10 of those belts are going to the low density structures. These LDS take so much copper, it's not even funny. So, yeah. So we just chuck in, there's actually 20 of these foundries and 40 of the foundries creating the low density structures. And yeah, just tons of speed modules in them. And as you can see, I'm actually piping in the molten iron from somewhere else. And then the plastic just comes in, and we need 1 belt of plastic per 10 machines, which is, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, yeah, if we have a look, yeah, it takes 4.5 plastic per second. So technically it needs a little bit more than 10, but we're producing 2.6 LDS, and we need a little bit less than that. So this is kind of overproducing a tiny bit. Oh, I should not be casting at 5 a.m. in the morning, but it is what it is. Basically, we got the LDS, we got our oil setup over here, pretty much the same as before. We've expanded it a little bit. We got a nice little lubricant setup over here, which is extremely simple and extremely overproducing, but it's all good. And we got a little bit of a sulfur setup over here, chucking that out. So that is all extremely standard. Some water pumps over there, some water pumps over there. Over here, I decided to try a new approach, which was just to get all the molten iron, stick it in a pipe, and then just send the pipe out to various locations, which seemed like a little bit more straightforward and to get a little bit more efficiency on the amount of foundries that we need. And I figure the UPS on these pipes has got to be pretty freaking good, so there's really no downside to doing this. So we've got a little bit of steel, which I think is mainly used for the flying robot frames. And then these are used for engines, which are also used for the flying robot frames. Got some iron here. Most of this is used for green circuits, so we're using exactly the same purple science build for getting 8 belts of green circuits out. You also got a little bit of iron moving out. That's mainly for sulfuric acid and batteries. There's the final science build. We'll get back to that in a second. Then we take our green circuits, get a little bit more copper products here. We got some copper here. This is also for batteries as well. Copper cables for the red circuits. Snake in some petrol. And yeah, then we got our blue circuit build. So we're knocking up a little bit of sulfuric acid. We only need 1 cryogenic plant here. Whack some iron into it, whack some sulfur into it. As you can see, yeah, I kind of went a bit messy with the belts here, but I do not apologize because I was in a rush. I've been working late at the office for like the last few days, and I really wanted to get this done, but I just never had the opportunity. So yesterday I got home and I was just like, all right, I'm going to do this as fast as possible. And I managed it. Absolutely managed it. So yeah, blue circuits, pretty much just a belt of green. So I split it out to 3 different lanes because of the green circuit throughput. You need 5.9 belts of green circuits to make blue circuits. So that's why I split it out here, so I could just do 6 and I wouldn't have to do anything fancy with these middle belts. Basically just red. I could have done this a little bit better, have 2 lanes in the middle instead of 3, but like I said, I was in a rush, so I just copied the red circuit build, split this into 2 for each one, and just said job's done. So it's blue circuits and they're heading off. Then we've got LDS from this massive. You can see how big the LDS build is. That is 40 foundries with 20 copper foundries feeding it. So it's very, very, very huge. And then up here we have components. So you've seen engines before. Didn't need many of them. Batteries is just iron and copper, as well as some sulfuric acid, which we're feeding off. So this sulfuric acid build actually feeds the blue circuits and the batteries. We got more than enough sulfuric acid. 503 per second just from this guy, so it's huge. We get some batteries in here, we feed them up, We get some electric engines here, so we feed up the engines and the green circuits, along with that lubricant which we made before. And we just need a single lane of these. We don't need too many electric engines. I think we need 0.4 lanes, 14.2 per second of the electric engines. And then we just combine it with some green circuits, batteries, some steel, which we belted all the way down. We send that up there. And then we just make the flying robot frames with... This is a pretty decent build here. We need a decent amount of assemblers, but yeah. Again, we're producing half a belt of flying robot frames. And then we send these down, blue circuits, low density structures, and into our big old yellow science build, which is currently backed up because we have several... No, we got a ton. We got a ton of this utility science packs. Stuck. Well, not stuck, but they're in the logistics network. So they are going to be slowly drained off using this. We can actually get rid of these guys. We don't need those ones anymore. I'll keep these ones, and then after they've emptied, I'll leave this as kind of a emergency thing, just in case I ever get science stuck in my inventory. The bots will automatically throw it out, and then it'll get fed in here. So that's fine. Yeah, 35,000 per minute because of all of the prod modules and the resource drain, which is pretty awesome. So if we calculate it, we can go 10,000. So I think our max is probably about 40,000. Assuming this has a max productivity of 300%, our max is going to be 40,000 because it goes from 5 to 10,000 because of the resource drain, and then plus 300% productivity bonus. So yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing if we ever get to that. Well, I'm seeing that when we get to that, of course. We are definitely going to get to that, so that's awesome. Yeah. So that's yellow science. That's pretty much it. If we have a look at Mr. Power, it's not going to tell us much because yellow science isn't working at the moment. We weren't actually peaking that much when it was running. I mean, we were peaking a bit, but then again, I was not doing anything that required yellow science at the time. And now I am, but yellow science is backed up so much. So we've got this guy is running. Purple science, I'm guessing, is running again. No, why is purple science not running? I don't think I've got any of that cached. Oh, of course, this science doesn't require purple science. But yeah, all of this stuff is golden. So what are we caching here? We got the cryo, we got the tech, we got the volcanic science, and we've got the promethium, of which we have cached absolutely zero. Which is fine. So yeah, we're doing a pretty good job. We're doing a pretty good job. We got the yellow science. I think next... Well, I mean, that we've done every single base game science at 5k, pretty much. So if we did not have the expansion, we would basically be done. Basically be done. I mean, if we didn't have the expansion, I don't actually know how space science would work if we don't have the expansion. Maybe... Yeah, that's an interesting question. But, yeah. So we got the expansion, and this is a bit... Maybe I should do something about this. Because those robots are in trouble. Or we could do some work at robot speed. Because that 6k. And I've got 293k in storage. Okay, I kind of want to whack one of those. Get me some robot speed, please. Yeah, the one we're currently researching is already 512k, so that's pretty huge. That's pretty huge. How's our DSM going? Currently have only 404. It's about 500. Promethium, so this must be his first trip. But yeah. Yeah, I really don't think there's actually an asteroid taking these guys out. I think the railgun is going all the way over to the left and destroying this turret, and this railgun is going all the way to the left and shooting its neighbor. But I'm just gonna... I don't know if there's any way to really test that. Yeah, see, that one was all the way to the left, but this guy got it first. So I suppose you have to wait for the huge asteroids to really get numerous before this guy has to shoot all the way to the left. And, yeah. So that wasn't far enough to the left. This one might be far enough to the left. No, not quite. Okay. Oh, we got some far to the left. He went all the way, he pointed all the way to the left, but he didn't shoot. Okay. I'm just going to see if this happens. I doubt it's going to happen, because I've left this guy running for hours and hours and hours, and I've only seen it happen twice, I think. I've only looked after the fact and seen it twice. And to be fair, that was after I started including the turrets on the ship. So it could have killed it dozens of times, and then my ship just automatically replaces them. Okay, that was a pretty good left shot. That one went pretty far left. And the turret survived. So I don't know. Maybe it really was just an asteroid that finally got close enough to take everything out. I don't know how that could have happened. I mean, that did have... the last time it did happen was before I fixed up the ammo. So it's possible that a whole bunch of these ran out of ammo and a medium asteroid just smashed in here and did that. Okay, so I'm thinking that's... well, we're going to see. We're going to wait and see. So, oh, I'm not sure if I told you all of the upgrades that I made. So basically, so it's currently requesting replacement turrets for all of these guys, as well as 200 space platform foundries. So we've got a few different conditions. So Promethium full is basically if it's more than 20k. And then when it goes through, it just basically it will only leave when all of these are satisfied. It doesn't care about the biter eggs. It doesn't need to satisfy that. And it will also leave if it gets down to 0. It should never get down to 0 because 20k and I've got 1k. So that's I should only need 100, but I did find a place there. I think I came home from work and this thing was stuck because I had Promethium in its inventory but no quantum processors, which I would have thought would be impossible, but apparently that's what happened. So yeah. Anyway, on this one, we've basically got requests not satisfied for any of these, or this is less than 10, or this is less than 100, which I think we had before. I actually did see it go back because it was low on fuel. So I increased this from 100 to 250 just to be safe. Yeah, because I definitely do not want it going back because it's running out of fuel. I want it to just pick up enough fuel for it to move on. And yeah, I also added this just to be safe. So if there's enough Promethium and there's a quantum process, there's no quantum processes, it goes to Aquilo, grabs a bunch, and then goes back to Nalvis. So, and I put this to allow interrupting other interrupts. I don't know how that's ever going to happen again, but just to be on the safe side. So yeah, this is pretty much just fully automated now. And the only thing slowing it down is the biters, the biter eggs. So I definitely need to build a little setup for the biter eggs to actually, yeah. But I think what I'll do is I'll make my own biter nests, my own and then I can place them around a rocket silo and, yeah, have a nice little setup that does that. And I'll probably have to train in the bioflux. I mean, I could build it all locally, just inside the logistics network. Make it nice and close. And that wouldn't be too bad of an idea, just for this local setup. But, yeah. And we can... I mean, we've got everything we need. We've got hot fluoroketone in the logistics network setup over here. So we can just steal some of that. And, yeah. Oh, I also had to update the fusion fuel. It was previously getting like 500, so I upped it to 1,000 just because I was worried that my the DSM thing was taking too much. But that is all good. Is that it? That's not a tree. So, next steps. We really don't have that much, and to be honest, I still want legendary prod modules. I was wanting them for the labs, but if this 300% prod cap turns out to be true, then it's going to be completely unnecessary. Having said that, legendary prod modules, I still want them for this guy, these guys, these four. So at the very least, we're going to need 8, 16, 24, 32. I think. And then we're going to need them for whatever else we need. But yeah, that'll be it. Although we don't need them right now, because we're getting enough. Well, we're not. We don't need to. Here's the thing: we don't need to super push that science, because all we need. So it's at level. So we get level 21 at the moment. Wait, we've researched level 21. Each level is... Okay, each level is 10%. Okay, so we're currently at 210%. So let me actually just... Okay, so if we do this... 27. Okay, so it's starting to get up into the high numbers. But given how much it goes up, so this is 195, 114, 137, 164. So we'll probably get up to about 200, maybe 250 for level 30. And that's all we need, level 30. And then we're capped out. Technically, we only need level 26, and then we can leave the prod modules and we're capped out. But I'd like to take it to level 30, so we don't actually need any prod modules in there. And then, once we've done that, potentially there's no more point pushing that research. Having said that, the research might push it out beyond 300%, maybe. Maybe as a special case for labs, I do not know. But we will see. What I'll do is I'll push it up to 30, and then I'll chuck some prod modules in and see what happens. And if they don't do anything, then I'll push the research up to level 31, and I'll see what happens, and yeah. But yes, it's going to make everything incredibly, incredibly easy. Why are you dropping down? You should be just staying at like 35k or something like that. Are you running out of science? Why are we running out of space science? We are producing 5k space science. It's not requesting much. Why is it not requesting much? Because I got 241k just sitting in storage. But of course I deleted all these buffer chests, so it's probably all the way over here. 241k. Just sitting all the way over here. Yeah, okay. So we got a ton of space science, but yes, okay. We need to do some That's taken a while for them to get over there. Okay, let's build a little bit of a bridge for our poor tired bots. I'm actually going to make it a really... I'm just going to hook it up with the power pole distance. Come on, bots. Get a move on. It's probably my fault for building the, whatchamacallit, building the thing. So, on opposite sides of the base. It's probably not good. Then again, I mean, this is kind of a temporary sort of problem, if you think about it. Because, yeah, we're just going over there to get science, which, for some reason, they store in all of these chests. Yeah. We're barely using this mall anymore, so... I guess instead of deleting those buffer chests, what I should have done is I should have just emptied out what they're doing. Just emptied them out, so they're basically just nothing. They're not requesting anything, and then the robots would have just naturally taken the yellow signs out of them. As opposed to what's happening now, where we've got a billion robots going back and forward and getting stuck, and okay, we need some more roboports on that line. We definitely need some more roboports on that line, because they are struggling. We can do this, actually. We can, like, tile them all the way around. There we go. That's a nice little setup. Things like this kind of make me really want to get high quality robots, because high quality robots, their battery speed just goes through the roof. Having said that, higher quality robots would mean replacing robots in the system. And I think there is actually, I think they did do some way to sort of oh yeah, that's right, you do robot request. You can say, okay, I want this many robots in this robot, and then you use an inserter to steal them out. And that's how you replace robots in the system, which is good, which is really good. But yeah. I mean, this is not part of our Megabase, obviously. What are you doing? Definitely not part of our Megabase. So, yeah, if these robots are a little bit slow, then it's just kind of temporary. Okay, hopefully that should help out quite a bit. But I guess we're just going to have to deal with that. That's my point for caching all that, and then just mass deleting these buffer chests, which I definitely should not have done. How's DSM? Alright, we got 4.2k. That picked it up pretty quickly. It's currently heading out. We haven't lost any turrets or anything like that. It's a good thing. Okay, here's the thing. We have turrets right next to these guys all over the place. Like on the side, we've got turrets turning left and turning right, and this guy will be constantly turning far left to hit these huge asteroids. Assuming they're huge asteroids. There should be some, so constantly turning far left, so it should be hitting this turret all over the place. So I think the fact that this turret and this railgun took some damage twice, I've seen it, I think is just a coincidence. I don't think it's actually destroying that turret. I don't think there's some sort of weird situation where it's killing it. I'm hoping so anyway, but yeah. And it's got to be because it ran out of ammo, because with the amount of firepower I got here, If a huge asteroid made it all the way there, there would be more damage than just that little bit. So it must have been like a medium asteroid that made it there. It must have been when I was running out of ammo back in the day. So yeah, so now it should be impossible. So if I see it again, I'm going to start to be very concerned. Okay, but look at that worker robot speed. Is definitely getting there. It's definitely doing a pretty good job. So, okay, it feels like there's not much to talk about in this video. we're kind of pretty much, we're getting to the really exciting bit. I mean, 5K SPM yellow signs is fairly exciting, but it's also very vanilla. It's very vanilla. There's some foundries here, and there's all the batteries are being done in these cryogenic plants, but yeah. So, what do we need next? First things first, I want to do a biter egg setup. Ooh, worker robot speed's about to tick. It's why is it stalled? There it goes, just ticked. And the robots became very slightly faster. I'd love to get these over 1,000, but are you guys all just all out of power or something? They must just be out of power. Maybe we need a power bank over here. Let's get our power bank. Okay, they really wanted that power bank. Okay, and then we do this, and then we do this, and then we do this. And that's about as... we could fit a couple more at the edges, but it's all good. Okay. So yeah, you whack down a couple of these power banks, and suddenly you have no more problems with robots failing to be charged. Can we fit one here? Not quite. I'll put one here. And then, I think I'll also put one in the middle. Right there. Okay. Hopefully that should solve all of our bots running out of power problems. It's not actually spiking our power that much. Oh, because we're on 10 minutes. 1 minute. I mean, it's up to 300. 300 is peanuts, let's be honest. 300 is just peanuts at this point, but... okay. There we go. Full on... oh, it's not actually hooked up. Okay. Alright, let's hook it up so we can actually start using it, because the robots... yeah, so when you put down a few of these power banks, and... yeah. They just... yeah, the robots just go absolutely nuts, and suddenly you don't have 20 or 30 robots all sitting around charging, just, you know, not doing much. Okay. I think these ones are... these, there we go. So the robots, they go up, they charge, they move on. Hopefully that should... okay, that line looks a lot stronger now. It looks a lot stronger. I still hate the fact that it's going up there, but... we've definitely made it a lot more efficient, I think. A lot more efficient. Alright, we're back on the research productivity research. We got some green coming out. Is that actually going to be helpful? We do have some premium sitting in these research labs. So maybe that will be helpful. I don't know, we'll give this a second. Maybe that research will finish off. Because, yeah, I mean, extra 10% will help our ammo. Not a huge amount, but it'll still be decent. And there we go, we're out of the agricultural. Part of me wants to do agricultural science before every other planet. It's so damn hard to get it, and it is actually necessary for you know, for this research productivity. Having said that, we can just slow roll that research productivity for a while. Once we get research productivity up to max, maybe, I mean, I think what I'd probably want to do is push, like, I get volcanic science and then push LDS up to 250%. And then with the native prod bonus of the foundry, that's 300%. That's max, potentially. So, do I need it to be max? Not in the slightest. No. But it'll be nice because, well, it'd be nice for rockets. But then again, our rockets, we solved our rocket launching problem a long time ago. Look at this, productivity 160%. And we're so backed up on, it might help a little bit on other planets. But then again, I mean, like, Angel of Density, like, are you backed up? You are totally backed up. But then again, we're not launching a lot of rockets off there. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, yes, I need a proper biter egg setup for Prometheum science. And then we are going to go across and we're going to do... we're probably going to go to the volcano planet, I think. And, yeah, have some fun there. I think the volcano planet is going to be the first one that we do actual science on. Is this ticking up? I feel like it's... No, that's useless. Let's push that off. Let's push that off a few levels, actually. Because, yeah. This is getting huge, but I still want to get... We did the math. And, yeah. Let me just double check my math. So, 29. Yeah, so 400, we need 440%. And then 440% on this. And then 440% on this. And what that will do is it'll push the damage for each bullet up to about 233. And then you subtract the damage reduction on the medium asteroids. They've got a physical damage reduction of 20%. I can't find any at the moment. Medium. Actually, it's got a physical resistance of 10%. Okay, so you take 233, you take away 10%, which is 23, and you end up with about 209, and the medium asteroids have 400 damage. Yeah, so medium asteroids have 400 health. So that gets a medium asteroid dead in 2 shots. So we need 440. Having said that, actually I think each one of these does 20%, right? 20%. And we're currently on 16. We're currently research level 16, but we only got 300%. That's a little bit concerning. Did we mess something up? Okay, the first one did 10%. The second one did 10%. Okay, so that we got screwed the first 2 levels. So we actually need level 20 of this, which is 65 million. Assuming 40,000 per minute, 65 million divided by 40,000 per 1625 divided by 60. That's 27 hours just for that research. Which seems like a lot. Which is a lot. 27 hours just for the final level of research. And it'd probably be another 27 hours to get up there because it doubles every time. So, we've got all of the research needed for this at 5k SPM. So, we're good at this point. So we'll just slow roll it, and we're not really worried about any other research. I mean, I'll keep this ticking along every now and then, but everything else, I mean, we don't really need it. We really don't need it. So we can just keep that ticking along. And that'll be, because, yeah, mining productivity, level 252. I could keep ticking that along as well, but is there a point anymore? There really isn't a point anymore. Obviously, I'll always be researching something, so after this reaches level 23, I'll probably switch back to mining productivity. But, yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about Volcanus, because we need to do some planning for this guy. I haven't done any planning for this one. So let's actually open a new tab in the Factorio lab, and let's look at Metallurgic Science Pack. Let's make sure it's doing all the right recipes. No, you need a cryogenic plant there. Foundry, mine, cryogenic. What? Oh, it's trying to make sulfuric acid. Okay. Let's just do Volcanus. Totally on Volcanus. So if we do that. Okay, so now we're getting sulfuric acid out of the ground. I was worried for a second. I'm like, why is it doing all that crazy crap? Okay, so for this, 5K SPM. That's looking extremely reasonable. I'm gonna be honest, it's looking extremely reasonable. So we do need 8.3 belts of the tungsten, 8.3 blue belts, which is about 3 of these fully stacked belts, because they're stacked up to 4. So I think we'll do a train. I mean, I could rely on this to last the end of time, but not sure I want to. So we will have a little bit of trains. I'll keep this base, and I might build this base up a little bit. Because we need to keep this base, because I don't think the biggest challenge is actually going to be building the science, because so we need 2.4 belts of coal. Why is it using uncommon stone is just a byproduct. For some reason it thinks I'm going to be making uncommon stone. Why it thinks I'm going to be making uncommon stone, I have no idea. It's please do not use that recipe. Okay, suddenly it wants to use the please just use the normal. Oh, because I had molten copper from lava unticked. It was trying to do that. Okay, I'm so confused. Now it's saying it needs blue circuits. What do you need blue circuits for? Okay, now it's saying I need to make fusion reactors. I'm so confused. Why are we making tungsten plate? Just make tungsten plate normally, please. Yeah, that's the only recipe that I will allow. Okay. Factorio Lab does all sorts of weird stuff. Okay, we're good though. We're good? Make the molten iron from lava, please. Okay, it's making molten iron from lava, molten copper from lava. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think so 2.4 belts of coal, 8.3 belts of tungsten. We're going to produce a total of 12.2 excess items of stone. So we're going to have to throw them in the lava, which, not an issue. And 8.1 pipes full of lava, which is not an issue. And a little bit of calcite, half a belt of calcite. Not an issue. So this is looking like a very straightforward build. Like, it's probably a bit at the scope of about purple science, I'd say. I think we will build a train network for it. I don't think we need it to be a huge train network. So what I think I'll probably do is I'll probably go up here, build the base up there to make the science, and then we'll have a bit of a train network. So we'll have a train, we'll like train in some like calcite and some blah blah blah, and then we'll also have a train station over here, and we'll do a train station over here for refueling, and we'll chuck in some rocket fuel into that. I will also have a train station over here for the science, and this is the thing that concerns me, is sending off the science back to Now East, because 5k SPM means we need 5 rockets per minute, which is a pretty decent amount. So we'll probably have to expand the amount that we're producing these guys at. Yeah, we'll probably have to push this up a fair bit. Having said that, so we need 50 per rocket, but we reduce it by 160%, so that turns out to be, let's say 20 per minute. We need 5 rockets per minute, so we need 100 blue circuits per minute. We're already doing 100 per minute over here. Okay, you guys are definitely doing 100 per minute. You guys are not doing 100 per minute. Okay, so rocket fuel is a little bit sad at the moment. We need to increase that. But yeah, we're almost there. We're almost at the point where we can launch enough. And I don't know, we'll probably have like a train that comes in, and it'll be like a 1-1 train, and then it'll launch directly onto what did we say? We needed 5 rockets per minute. I don't think I can get direct insertion for that. We might have to do some belt stuff, but that's fine. We'll unload it off belts, and then we'll load it. We'll belt it down into the rocket silos directly. We might even be able to just launch it from here, and then we have a train sending over circuits. Like, we can have a little 1-1 train, and we can compartmentalize each of the different... have a 1-1 train, and the cargo wagon has little compartments for each of the blue circuits and the LDS and the rocket fuel and stuff like that. I'll think about it. Yeah. But that's a pretty straightforward thing. So the only other pain, I guess, in Volcanus is going to be we don't have the resources on hand. We're going to rely entirely on our supply rocket, which is going to slow things down quite a bit because, yeah, we're only going to have a certain amount of belts and a certain amount of things and stuff like that. So, okay, here's what we're going to do here. I'm going to do that 10. We don't really need that 10. How many of these guys do we need? We don't need any of those. We're going to need a few of these. Oh, we only need 10 total, so that's fine. We don't need a lot, probably not a lot of foundries, but foundries are fine. Yeah, but a lot of inserters, fair amount of assemblers, mainly the belts. Mainly we just need buttloads of belts, buttloads of beacons, buttload of prod modules, so on and so forth. So yeah. Okay, so that one could just run in the background for a while, and that will slowly build up a huge stockpile of resources for our Megabase. And if we actually go over to Volcanus, I'm going to up the raw ones as well. Because 500 stone is not a lot, and we're going to need lots and lots and lots of rails. You know what? I should have done this a while ago. I'm just going to do this now. It includes engines. Where are my engines? Where are my engines? I'll put it right here. That we need 500 engines. Rocket capacity 400. Okay, let's make it 400 engines. Because every single time I go to a planet, I'm like, well, I got tons of electric engines. Oh, I want to build a train. Oh, I want to build a train, or I want to build a pump or something like that. I need normal engines. Which planet was I on? I was Fulgora. Because Fulgora, I actually got a train network. And every single train I built on this train network, I had to build a little engine setup. So you got a little engine setup here. I had to build an engine setup to make engines so I could build the bloody trains. Which is not good. So yeah. But, so we might as well send actual engines over. Ooh, we got some science coming back. How's this guy doing? Haven't blown up my own turrets yet. So I really think that was just an asteroid that slipped by, and it just happened to hit the same spot 2 times in a row. But we're up to 10k, and we're waiting for 20k. So we're halfway done. So in terms of our global statistics for Promethium asteroid chunks, we're not producing. I suppose we're collecting. Collecting is not the same as producing. Oh, I don't know exactly how to read that, to be honest. But the important thing is, it is... I mean, we had basically nothing at the start of this video. And now we're up to 10k. So... well, it's definitely not doing a lot per minute, but it's doing a decent amount per minute. So it's definitely... I think it's definitely reaching the 120 SPM. Well, we looked at... it was doing like 240 or 220 or something. And that was with the biter egg slowing it down. So, yeah. It's pretty good. Okay, so we still got some robots crowding around these guys. That's okay. But, yeah, the power bank is definitely speeding everything up. Oh, yeah, look at all these robots just crowded around. Okay, I think we need another power bank. Up here. Just whack it in. And there goes all of the engines up to all of the different supply ships. Alright. Alright. How is this going? Alright, I think we're done here. I think we're done with this episode. Biter eggs, a nicer setup for that. And I definitely think I'll build that in the logistics network range for now. But when we do 5k SPM Prometheus, then we might build an external base. But yeah, I'd love to build it like somewhere here. Just launch some rockets right here, because then we can stop sending the bloody bioflux halfway across the map, which would make me very happy. Because yeah, sending bioflux halfway across the map, not a good idea. Okay, I think we're done. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys later.